Hi everyone, this is Samantha from the Dancing Soap Dish. I hope you're well. Welcome to the Tweak of the Week. Here I have with me today a square dessert mold, some Christmas stamps, and an empty chocolate box. And I'm going to use them to make a gorgeous advent calendar for the upcoming Christmas season. So this is a wonderful tweak of the week where I share with you everyday items and tools from other crafts and hobbies that with a slight tweak can be used for soap making and other craft projects. So I'm really excited to show you this DIY soap bar advent calendar that I've come up with. Let's get started. So here we have 24 numbered Christmas stamps. As you can see, 1 to 24. They're each with a different Christmas design. They are super cute. I spotted these online and I just had to have them. And then I went searching and searching and searching for a mold that would fit them inside. And I came up with this one, which works quite well. I want that little square there to fit inside one of these little squares here. And what you do is you take your stamp and you just place it in the bottom of the mold, and look how perfectly that fits there. There's a little bit of gap around the edge, but that's fine. That is exactly what I wanted. So I was very fortunate to be able to find a mold that fit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these stamps in the bottom of the mold. There they are. They're just clear silicone stamps used for card making and such. Here I have all of the odd numbered stamps in this mold. So there's 12 in all. I want to make 25 soaps and I've only got 24 stamps. So I'm also going to make a 25th one using this star mold here because the chocolate box that I'm using has 25 spaces. So I want to fill the whole thing up. So I'm going to make 10-gram soaps. So I've got 250 grams of clear melt and pour soap here. I've also got some gold mica and a little bit of this is liquid titanium dioxide. I'm adding the gold mica to my fragrance oil. So I'm fragrancing these. I wanted to come up with something Christmassy. I came up with frankincense, bergamot, and lime, which smells absolutely divine. I've mixed my mica into my fragrance oil just so that it will incorporate into my soap base easier, because mica tends to float on the top and it's hard to stir in. So if I stir it into my fragrance oil first, then it's much easier to get it to mix into my soap base. So there we go. I've got my fragrance and I've got my mica. That's coming up a beautiful gold color. And I'm going to add a drop of white titanium dioxide coloring to it because I want the soap to be a little bit more opaque. Mica tends to be a little bit see-through, and I want a beautiful creamy gold. So as you can see as I'm stirring there, see the gold's a lot more creamier than it was to begin with. So that's all I need, just 2 drops of titanium dioxide, and I'm really happy with that color. So I'm going to get ready to pour my little soaps. I'm going to pop them on a tray because I need to weigh them. I want to weigh 10 grams into each cavity. So these are going to be very small soaps. They're going to be single-use soaps because you want to use a different soap every day. That's what an advent calendar is. You get a different gift every single day. So I don't want to make too big soaps, soaps that are too big rather, because you just want a single-use soap so the next day you can use the next one. And it's really exciting. I also have some isopropyl alcohol on hand. I'm going to give my stamps a spray with the alcohol before I pour. And that will help, because these are really detailed stamps, that will help the soap just go into all those nooks and crannies without too many bubbles on the surface of the stamp. So as you can see, I'm pouring and resetting my scales to 0 in between pouring each soap, and that way I can weigh out 10 grams into each. And then I'm also going to pour myself a little gold star, which I will turn into another soap. Okay, so these are set. It's probably a good hour later. And I can pop these quickly out of the mold. They still have the stamps attached. So the stamps are not in the mold anymore. They're actually attached to the top of the soap. So I need to carefully peel all these stamps back to reveal, hopefully, some beautiful Christmas designs, all numbered in odd numbers from 1 to 23. There might be a little bit of soap fray just around the edges and stuff. If a little bit of soap is leaked under your stamp, that's fine. It's just easy to pull it off, as you see me doing there. And I'm just using my fingernail in the corner of the stamp and I'm just loosening it a bit. And then I can easily just pull it straight back and I have this gorgeous design here. There's a little bit of soap fray, but I'll be able to cut that off. Look at that, it's a little penguin and a number 1. I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit hard for the camera to pick it up, but it's a penguin with a scarf. He's got ski poles and he's surrounded by snowflakes and there's a number 1 in the corner of the soap bar. There you go, there's number 15 there. I'm going to pull off all of these little stamps very quickly here. It's not too time consuming. I've sped it up because, you know, I didn't want you guys to get bored, but it doesn't take very long. As you can see, I'm getting them off quite easily. And then also you might just also need to cut off those little bits of soap fray at the end. But there we go. I have my numbers 1 to 23, odd numbers, and also a little gold star. So now I'm going to go back and place the rest of my stamps inside my soap cavity again, my mold cavity, and I've done it a little bit different this time. This is all the even numbers, but I've sort of separated them. I'm going to separate them into 2 different colors. I've got a little bit of a plan of how I want the advent calendar to look once it's in the box color pattern wise. So that's why I am working with 2 different colors here. I've got some green soap. I've scented it with Siberian fir essential oil. I put some green soap coloring in. I also put a drop of titanium dioxide again, just to give it a little bit of a smoothness. There we go. I've put my gold star in one of the cavities as well. And now I'm going to mix up some red soap to do the remaining bars. I'm scenting it with grapefruit essential oil. And again, putting in some red coloring and just 1 drop of titanium dioxide just to make it creamy and opaque. So there we go. Again, my mold is on a tray and on the scales so that I can weigh out 10-gram bars, setting the scales to 0 in between pouring each bar. I'm also going to pour some red around this little gold star here to make my 25th bar. There we go, and spraying those with alcohol just to get rid of any bubbles. Now I can pop these red and green ones that I've just made out alongside my gold ones. I will need to pull the little stamps off these as well. Here we go. I'll do that really, really quickly. And you can also see that I have a little red bar with a gold star in the middle, and that will be my 25th bar for Christmas Day. I'm just cutting off the back of that because that gold star was sort of sticking out a little bit too far. That's fine. There we go. Okay, so this is how I get rid of the soap fray on the sides. I just use my finger and sometimes my fingernail if I need to, just to gently pull away that soap fray and smooth out that edge. Doesn't take very long at all. You can also just use a little knife if you wanted to. If you've got a steady hand, I always worry that I'll ruin them if I use a knife, but you can cut that off with a knife too. There we go. And all those are looking very nice. Okay, now it's time for the next step. I've got all these beautiful little squares, but the picture is a little hard to see. I mean, you can see the color, but you can't really see the picture. So I'm using this very fine brush here and some mica, and I'm going to apply some mica to the design on the soap bar that's been stamped on the soap bar, just to try and bring it out so it's a little bit more visible. I've got a little bit of isopropyl alcohol here that I'm also working with. I've got some Q-tips or some cotton buds on hand as well, and I'm just going to dry brush the mica into the embedded sections of the soap, so where the stamp sits. Not doing the entire surface. I'm then going to use my Q-tip dipped in alcohol just to clean up the bits that I didn't want the mica on. And there we go. Look at that. That is much clearer. We have a beautiful 18 with a starry sky and a beautiful cityscape. And that is now much easier to see the design of that beautiful stamp if I can highlight it with this mica. So there we go. And there is number 12, a beautiful gift. I'm going to finish these off camera, but I'm also going to show you that I'm going to use the red and the green mica to highlight the gold bars. So I'll have green and red bars with gold highlight and gold bars with green and red highlight. So I'm just doing my first one here. Again, just adding the mica and then wiping off the excess. There's my beautiful penguin again, my number 1 bar. That's beautiful. All right, I'll get started. Okay, so here we are. This is every single bar from 1 to 25. As you can see, there are amazing and so cute, these designs. They are beautiful. So we've got red on gold, we've got gold on red, we've got some green and gold, we've got some gold and green. Just beautiful characters like little penguins and just darling little snowscapes. There's some holly there around number 16. There's our beautiful 18 cityscape again, candy cane for 19, the tree on the car for 20. These are just so gorgeous. I love them. I'm giving you a close-up. There's a stocking and some mittens. That's a toy sack and my penguin again. And then, of course, number 25 is a beautiful gold star. So here is my empty chocolate box, okay? I bought it empty. I haven't recycled it, but you can, by all means, if you've got a good one, recycle it. So this is just a generic chocolate box that I bought online, you know, for people who like to make their own chocolates. But I'm not going to make chocolates. I have made some soaps. So I'm just going to tweak this box a little bit so it's more suitable for my soap advent calendar. Okay, so there's the empty box here, and I've just cut some very thick cardboard to size, and I've also cut some plinths. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a false bottom in the box because it's quite deep, and my soaps are not very high because they're only single-use soaps. They're really quite small, they're thin, and so I don't want them hiding in the bottom of the box. I just have here a piece of paper that I cut down from a scrapbook piece of paper, you know, scrap paper. And I also have, this is just grease-proof baking paper. I'm just going to put a square on top of that just to protect the paper because soap can sometimes weep a little bit. And I've also cut down my dividers. So they were a lot deeper. I've cut them down so they're shallower. I have sort of compromised the integrity of it a bit in doing that. But that's okay, just for the purposes of showing you. It'll suffice. And I'm going to start placing my soaps in my chocolate box. Now, I'm not doing them in order. I'm doing them randomly because that's just my personal preference. And as you can see, I'm making a pattern if I do it right. Here we go. I've got a row of the red, a row of the green, red, green, red. And then within each row, there's alternating between the gold bars and the other colored bars. So there we go. And of course, the star smack bang in the middle. Now look at that. Isn't that glorious? That is an awesome advent calendar. And then you can pop the lid on and it looks like that. We've got the star in the center, though you can't really see it because of the bow. I might shorten the bow, who knows. There we go, peekaboo, there it is. And these are beautiful. I mean, the whole thing just smells glorious when you take the lid off. Oh my goodness, it smells amazing. And there it is. So here's some close-up pickies. There we go. You can see the numbers. You can see the designs. In the light, it was really hard to photograph these, but they shine beautifully in the light. There you go. There's number 4 there with some lovely mountains and a starry sky. Just a gorgeous little soap that you can use on the 4th of December. There we go. I'll pop that back in its box. This is what it looks like with the lid on. You can sort of see the little soaps in there, little pattern of what you're going to get. You can see here how small they really are. They are tiny single-use soaps, but that's okay. You get to use one every single day. What a beautiful idea. I really hope you enjoyed this tweak of the week. Don't forget that you can check out all my other tweaks in a special playlist on this YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe if you love what we do, and I'll see you guys all next time. Enjoy!